Hi children, today we are going to learn about the second part of acid, bases and salts. So, this is the second part of the 4. This part will start from page number 17 to 20 of your textbook part 1. Okay. Now, you can see what is the next part. Okay. So, the total learning points we are going to see what are the things we have to learn. These are called learning points in this chapter. One is the properties of acids and bases. Next, we are going to learn about how do acids and bases react with each other. How strong are acid or base solutions? How strong are acid or base solutions? Okay. Next, finally, we are going to learn about chemicals from common salts. So, these are the learning points in this chapter. So, among them already we have learned few points. Okay. Let us see the part 1 what we have learned, page number 17 to 21 or 20. So, properties of acids and bases. In that one we have learned about acids, the meaning. There are two types of acids, one is organic acid and mineral acid, two are there. So, in that one how to find out the given solution is acid or base by using indicators. Okay. There are three types of indicators we have learnt, and we also learnt about reaction of metals with acids and bases also, how they will react with each other. So, that also we have learnt in the first part. So, in the second part we are going to learn about what do all acids and bases have in common. Okay. Next, what happens to an acid and base in water, what will happen and what are the properties it will have, that we are going to learn in this. We are going to learn about neutralization, how it is going to be neutralized. So, neutralization means when acid and bases are going to react with each other. When you mix acid and bases at a certain concentration, they will react with each other to form salt and water. It forms salt and water, and both they will lose the properties. Okay. And new products are going to be, that is called neutralization. Okay. Acid, base, what is giving? We are going to get salt and water. So, example, hydrochloric acid we have taken, which is a mineral acid, and sodium hydroxide NaOH. So, these two react with each other. So, when we add to the water, so they are going to become ions. So, the exchange of ions will take place. So, sodium combines with chlorine, hydrogen combines with OH part of the NaOH. Okay. So, they will form sodium chloride and water, a salt and water is the common. This reaction we call it as neutralization reaction. So, let us see the experiment. Okay. See here what is happening. The reactions we are going to find out without touching this one, we are going to have the neutralization reactions. So, observe the experiment carefully and we will see. Now, look at this one. I am showing the acid. I have taken the acid, that is hydrochloric acid, and a base sodium hydroxide, and this is the indicator, that is phenolphthalein indicator, that is a solution of phenolphthalein. We have taken this solution, and also I have some papers, colored paper, that is nothing but blue litmus paper, red litmus paper and pH paper. So, pH they are shown from 1 to 7 in one page, and next page we will see, yes, here 8 to 14 is there. So, acidic and basic properties can be checked in this one, how much pH value is going to present in this one, that can be identified by comparing the color of the solution. Clear? Okay. 7 is neutral, 1 is acidic and 14 is basic, highly basic. Okay. So, let us see, we have the one small titration type experiment we are going to do. So, I am adding acid to beaker which contain little water. Okay. So, I am adding few drops of phenolphthalein solution. That is phenolphthalein indicator. I added 3 to 4 drops. So, next I am going to check it, check the color, observe the color. What is the color? It is actually colorless. If you shake it well, it mixes with the acid properly, and next we will see what will happen. Now, I am going to check whether acidic or basic in nature. Okay. So, that is the blue litmus paper. I am dipping in the acid. So, what happened? See, blue litmus turns to red color, acid turns blue to red. When you come to the base, the red litmus paper turns to blue color. Clear now? Acid turns blue to red, base turns red to blue color. Now, I am taking the pH paper and let us see. Yes, look at this, the change in the color you can notice. Clear? So, it shows the acidity. So, I am going to add a little base to the other part of this one. See, it turned to blue color. So, acid and base. You can observe now clearly. So, one side I am showing the acid, another side is the base. So, in the same paper I added. Okay, now, let us add base drop by drop to the beaker which contains acid and phenolphthalein indicator solution. Now, carefully observe the color. See the color. So, we have to add until it turns to pink color, light pink color it will come. Until that we have to add drop by drop. So, this what you are getting the white color, that is nothing but a salt which is forming in that. Yes, look at some changes what you are seeing. So, solution became turbidity, that means white. You can see, go on observing. So, I am shaking now, you can see the white precipitate, that is nothing but the salt which is formed. Still it is having the acidic or basic properties. So, that is why. Now, we see, yes, observe like that only. Now, the end point is nearing. See that some color changes you are observing now. So, if I add little more, the color can be observed. Yes, observe carefully now. See that color. Yes, now it is changing the color slowly. If you go on adding little bit, what will happen? We'll see. So, it is dissipated on mixing it. Once again, I am going to add little more base to it. Yes, see that still reaction is going on and it is giving color, and see the bottom how nicely it is there. So, gradually what changes are going to happen, observe carefully. So, since I have taken much acid in this one, that means equal the particular concentration only they are going to form salt and water. So, this is the phase where the reaction is occurring. See that how, see that color and the turbidity, everything is gone and became clear. So, now you got the colorless solution. Clear? Now, let us see whether it is acidic or basic by adding litmus papers in that one. Let us see. I am adding blue litmus paper to it. Observe any change occurred? No, no color change occurred in this one. Okay? No change. Blue litmus is not yet changed the color into red. Now, red litmus I am adding. Okay, see that no reaction took place, no change in the color. That shows that the solution is neutral. So, we will see the pH also. So, here also it is yellow color, that means the pH is 7, that shows the neutral. pH 7 is neutral. Now, we are seeing the neutral yellow color. See the color combination you can see now. See the color match, it is showing near the 7 is green color, light green color is there. So, this is neutral. That means, this reaction we call it as neutralization reaction. Now, we saw what is the chemical reaction, that means neutralization reaction, how it has been happened. Now, we are going to learn what do all acids and bases have in common. So, both they have common, no? Because they have to react with each other to form neutralization reaction. So, what they have in common we will see, okay? And also what happens to an acid or a base in the water. So, these points we are going to learn in the part 2, okay? Clear now? So, what first we are going to learn about what is common in acid and bases, okay children. Now, we will come. So, acid or bases, what they have common, we will see this one. So, take for example, hydrochloric acid. When you take hydrochloric acid, it is having cation, that is positively charged ion H plus. Here cation is H plus, anion is Cl minus. When nitric acid, that is HNO3, dissolves in water, it liberates cations as hydrogen and anions as NO3 minus ions. When you come to the sulfuric acid, it also produces H plus ions and sulfate ions, that is SO4 ions are going to be formed. This one, in acetic acid CH3COOH, when it is dissolved in the water, it forms H plus ions and CH3COO minus ion is going to form. Sodium hydroxide also produces, so Na plus and OH minus ions. Na plus is cation, OH minus is anion. So, these are the conditions. So, in the acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, these are the acids, even acetic acids. So, base is sodium hydroxide. Even in the sodium hydroxide, we are going to get sodium plus ion and OH minus ions are present in this one. Hydroxyl ion, hydrogen ion are present. So, next we will see what happens to acid or base in water. Really what is happening, I told. So, they are going to dissociate into ions and they are the responsible for conducting electricity in this one. So, here I have the instrument which is going to be used for checking whether it is acid or base. So, I have taken a bowl, plastic bowl, and a bulb is fixed, plastic bowl, in that one a bulb is fixed, and these are the two metal, that is aluminum wires, aluminum string I have kept wire. Okay. Inside that I connected this the battery, positive and negative terminals are connected in this one. One positive is directly given to the bulb and negative one that is given to the wire, that is rod like structure, that is long wire. Okay. Long wire have given. So, both are metallics. So, when you touch the metals, you can see the bulb is glowing here. Okay. Bulb is glowing, that means circuit is completed. Now, touch the metal wood, it is not glowing. We are touching the spoon, it is glowing, because spoon, that is a metal which is a good conductor, cloth is a bad conductor, paper is bad conductor. So, let us check once again. Okay. So, let us have this one in the alcohol. Let us check alcohol is a good conductor or bad conductor. So, it is not glowing, alcohol is a bad conductor, pure. Okay. Next, when you come to the vinegar, there is acetic acid. So, it is conducting, see bulb is glowing there. Okay. So, next I am cleaning it, because these ions or this should not mix with others, that is why. So, sugar solution, see. So, it is also a bad conductor, sugar solution is a bad conductor. Why? There is no ions in that one, the sugar and dissolving in water, they will not produce ions. Okay. Hydrochloric acid, a good conductor, see, hydrogen H plus and Cl minus are moving in the opposite and they will conduct the current. So, when you come to the water, mineral water, so pure water, distilled water will not conduct electricity, but this water is from mineral water. So, here see it is conducting, mineral water, drinking water, that is conducting because they have so many minerals. So, they will also help in the conduction of electric current. Now, we go for sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, let us see. So, it is conducting, it is a base, solution of a base is also a good conductor, because here Na plus and H plus ions are there. Let us see glucose, it is a bad conductor. Glucose is also a bad conductor, it will not conduct. See, I am dipping in the solution, but bulb is not glowing there. So, next we come to salt solution, sodium chloride. So, it is conducting, because when sodium chloride is dissolved in water, it dissociates into sodium Na plus and Cl minus ions, that is why it is conducting the electricity. So, they are good conductors. Bases or salts, they are going to conduct because they are going to produce salt and water. Let us see salt, how it is going to be conducted. So, salt is, now I have taken the solid salt I have taken, I am keeping this conductors, that is terminals are kept there in the salt, solid salt, it is not glowing. That means, in the solid conditions these will not conduct salt or anything. So, solid conditions, they are bad conductors. When I add water to it, see what will happen, see, it starts dissolving. As the salt dissolves, as the salt dissolves, what will happen, see, yes, see, slowly started glowing. That means, so in the liquid condition or solution is going to conduct the electricity. So, in the solid forms ions are not formed, that is why it was not conducting. When I add water to it, it dissolved and salt dissociated to Na plus and Cl minus, and they started conducting electricity. So, this is the experiment to check conducting electricity. You can prepare this one by using these simple materials and you can conduct the activity. Now, what happened, we are going to see the equations, how it is going to be formed. HCl, hydrochloric acid, plus water, in the water condition, dissolved in water. HCl is gas. So, when it is dissolved in the water, it forms hydronium ions, H3O plus Cl minus. Cl minus is going to be obtained. See, the hydrogen which is released in the liquid, that is not stable, it requires one more electron to share with that. So, that is why immediately what happens, this hydrogen ion joins with the water molecule, that is H2O, to form hydronium ion. So, always in the liquid hydronium ions are present, because hydrogen is unstable. Okay. So, this is also positive charge ion which will conduct electricity. Okay. So, next, when you add the base, what will happen? NaOH solution. If you take NaOH is a solid, pellets will get caustic soda. So, when you dissolve in water, it will dissociate into Na plus aqueous and OH minus in aqueous, that is liquid solution is going to be obtained. Okay. Next, you see KOH, potassium hydroxide solution. When dissolved in the water, it forms K plus aqueous and OH minus aqueous. Aqueous means liquid. In the liquid, it is going to present in the form of ions. Okay. So, when you come to the magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. So, in water it dissociates into Mg plus 2 OH minus ions are going to be produced. So, these are the reactions what will take place, what changes will take place in the water. So, usually bases generate hydroxide ions in water. All bases do not dissolve in water. Bases, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are all bases. So, they will dissolve in water to form the OH ions. OH minus ions are going to form, but all bases will not dissolve in the water. So, the bases which dissolve in the water is called an alkali. So, all bases are not alkalis. Alkalis are those bases which dissolve in water. Clear? So, next you have learnt about the neutralization reaction. Acid plus base gives salt plus water, commonly is going to happen. How the exchange of materials are going to take place to form this one, we will see. HX, that means hydrogen which is present in the acid, plus MOH, that is metallic part which is present in the base. They will interchange, that means exchange, that is M combines with X and H combines with OH of the water. So, to form a salt and water. So, X plus M joins together to form H plus ion and OH minus ions are going to be separated out, and these two once again combine to form water. So, this is the main neutralization reaction what will occur in the acid base solutions. Clear? Now, we will see the process of dissolving an acid or a base is highly exothermic reaction. Acid and bases, when we add to the water, they produce tremendous amount of heat. Directly if you pour water to the base acid or base, what will happen? Immediately it will bumps out, that means highly more heat energy is going to release and it causes damage to our body. So, that is why to mix it also there is a procedure we have to follow. Okay. So, while diluting we have to add drop by drop of acid to the water by shaking, stirring, continuous stirring, we have to add acid drop by drop to the, this is the dilution process. So, now you might have seen in the school, in the laboratory, the bottles, this type of symbol will be present. This shows that the liquid or content which are in the bottle is corrosive. Clear? Corrosive means it may cause damage. See that in the test tube 1 drop they have put it on the some of the material already, that is making, we can see the pit, that means it causes damage there. Even it falls on the hand, it will cause burnings. So, very dangerous, that is why in the laboratory you are not supposed to touch the acids. Supervision of teacher only, you have to touch acids or base in the laboratory. Be careful while using this one. So, while using this one, we have to have the hand gloves, apron should be there, because if it is not fallen us, if falls, immediately it causes high damages for us. Clear? So, now you see how to mix this one. Mixing an acid or base with water results in decrease in the concentration of ions, that is hydronium ion or OH minus ion, hydroxyl ions are going to be decreased per unit volume. Such process is called dilution. Understood? So, what is dilution you understood? So, for example, if you take 1 spoon of sugar and 1 glass of sugar, water. So, if you mix, it will dissolve, but taste will be less. If you go on adding more water, what will happen? So, sugar taste will be less. Why? Because it became dilute, concentration is less. So, like that here also mixing the acid or base in the same process, that is hydroxyl or hydronium ions are going to be reduced in the concentration, that is number of these ions are going to be reduced. Okay. The strength of acid and bases depends on the number of H plus and OH minus ions, hydrogen or hydroxyl ion or OH minus ion. So, here as the percentage of H plus ions are more, that is called acid. If the percentage of OH minus ions are more, that is base. So, 7 it is neutral, the number of acid H plus and number of OH minus are equal and they are neutral, they become neutral. So, as we go from 1 to 7, acidity decreases, 7 to 14 basicity increases. Clear? So, this is how the strength can be identified. So, for this one already you have seen this one pH paper. No? So, we are using pH paper. So, number 1, that is H plus ions, the top H plus ions are more, in the bottom, that means 14 OH minus ions are present in this one, H plus OH minus. See, let me see this one. So, some natural juices or natural solutions, how pH will have. So, gastric juice, that is the juice which is produced in the stomach, you know already gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid, HCl. So, what is the pH of this one? That is 1.2. Next, the pH of lemon juice what you drink, that is 2.2. It is acidic in nature. No? When you come to the pure water, 7, that is neutral. So, when you come to check the blood is having 7.4. Is it acid or base? It is slightly basic in nature. 7.4 is slightly basic in nature, our blood. Okay. When you come to this one, milk of magnesia, which we are going to use as antacid, that the pH value of this one is 10, more basic in nature, that is basicity is magnesia is 10. So, even you can come to sodium hydroxide, that is caustic soda, you can see the 14 is highly acidic in nature. So, these are the substances which are having different basic nature. This pH value also plays important role in the growth of the plants also, that we will study in the next this one. Now, this is the time to have an activity. Okay. Collect samples of soil from your school garden, agricultural field, paddy fields, etc., which is nearby. You can collect little bit, and with the help of your science teacher, find out which soil is acidic or which basic using the litmus papers. So, blue litmus and red litmus paper, with the help of your teacher, use this one and collect the samples of this one. How to collect? So, take the samples and put it in the plastic tub or something. So, another activity we will see, take little lemon juice or vinegar, gobi manchurian and all they will add na vinegar. So, that is the thing. So, lemon juice or vinegar you can take, vinegar is nothing but acetic acid. So, in a small water bottle you take, add half teaspoonful of baking soda or cooking soda, also we say baking soda, observe the reaction and find out the gas which is liberated. I think you are familiar with the testing of gas, with whether it is hydrogen or carbon dioxide, you can test it. No? So, test and find out the result. Okay. So, now it is the quiz time. We will come to have some quiz. In a laboratory, a few drops of concentrated acid accidentally spills over the hand of the student. What should be done immediately? First option, wash the hand with saline solution. Saline means salt solution, sodium chloride, salt solution you have to use and wash. Second option, wash the hand immediately with plenty of water and apply a paste of sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is baking soda. Next, third option, after washing with plenty of water, apply solution of sodium hydroxide on the hand after washing. Okay. Next, last option, neutralize the acid with a strong alkali. So, these are the options. Which is the correct answer? Think now. Okay. So, answer is B, wash the hand immediately with plenty of water and apply a paste of sodium hydrogen carbonate. Next question is pH of gastric juice. Already told our stomach is having hydrochloric acid. Okay. The pH of this one more than 7, equal to 0, less than 7, equal to 7. It is not, it is a neutral, 7 means neutral. So, what is the answer? Think of, think out it. Okay. It is less than 7, that means acidic in nature. Now, go for another question. What happens when small quantity of acid is added to water? Option is salt is formed, concentration of acid decreases, liberates a gas, neutralizes. See the option? Option B is correct, concentration of acid decreases. Clear, no? Children, today we have learned a lot of things. No? So, how the acids and bases react in the water and what are present in the acid and bases commonly, all we have learned. And also we have learnt about the pH, how to find out and what is the effect of this one. Okay? I think you have understood this one, read well thoroughly with the help of textbook. Once again you go through it and learn well. Okay? Thanks one and all for learning this lesson. Thank you very much. Bye children.